Welcome to the Metis podcast. We're jumping right into the thick of it today, looking at the results from Game 2 across the NBA playoffs.
Yeah, lots happened.
You've gathered a great set of articles and stats, and our plan is to really break down these games, see who popped, what surprised us, and maybe what it all means for the rest of the first round.
Absolutely. Game twos are always telling, aren't they? Teams make adjustments, players step up, or sometimes they don't. We got a bit of everything this time around.
Definitely. So where should we start? Maybe the East? Magic at Celtics.
Sounds good. So Celtics took game two, 109-100.
Yeah.
That puts them up 2-0 in the series.
Okay, 2-0 lead.
And the big headline here, really,
Yeah.
is that Boston did this without Jason Tatum. He was out with that wrist injury.
Right, day to day. That's a pretty significant win for them then, missing their top guy. Shows some depth, doesn't it?
It really does. And Jaylen Brown, wow. He completely took over.
What were his numbers?
He dropped 36 points, grabbed 10 rebounds, a huge double-double. He knew they needed him to carry the load.
Clearly, someone had to step into that void left by Tatum.
And it wasn't just Brown either. Kristaps Porzingis chipped in nicely, too.
Oh, yeah. What did he end up with?
Another double-double, actually.
Yeah.
20 points, 10 boards. And, what's really impressive is he did that after getting elbowed.
I saw that clip. That looked nasty. Goga Batadze, right. Flagrant foul.
Exactly. Caught him right on the forehead. Had to go get stitches, but he came back out and played through it.
That's tough. That kind of thing can really fire up a team, seeing a guy battle like that.
For sure. And speaking of physicality, there was a little tangle-up between Al Horford and Contagious Caldwell-Pope, too.
KCP again. The crowd must have loved that after the Tatum foul in Game 1.
Oh, yeah. They were letting him have it.
Yeah.
They got called for a tripping foul on Horford. So definitely some lingering tension there.
Seems like it. So on the Magic side, Banchero put up numbers again.
He did. Paolo was great. 32 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. He's doing everything he can.
But it wasn't enough, obviously. Still feels like he needs more consistent help around him, especially against a team like Boston.
That's the story so far, yeah. He's playing incredibly well, but taking down the Celtics requires a full team effort. Going back to Orlando down 0-2, that's a tough spot.
Definitely an uphill battle for the Magic now. Okay, let's switch over to the West. Clippers and Nuggets, Game 2 in Denver.
Right, and this was a big one. The Clippers stole home court, winning 105-102 to tie the series 1-1.
Tied it up. How'd they pull that off in Denver?
Well, mainly Kawhi Leonard. He was just sensational. Some are calling it a masterclass.
I saw the highlights. He looked unstoppable. What was the final stat line?
Get this, 39 points on 15 of 19 shooting. Just absurdly efficient.
15 of 19. Wow, that's peak Kawhi right there. When he plays like that, the Clippers are a whole different beast.
Exactly, and it went right down to the final seconds.
Yeah.
A real nail-biter.
So how did it end? Nuggets had a shot?
They did. Jokic actually had a triple-double, as you'd expect, but he also had 7 turnovers, which is pretty high for him.
7 turnovers? Yeah, that's unusual. Did he get the last shot?
He got a shot. Both he and Christian Braun missed potential game-tying threes right at the buzzer. Tough misses for Denver.
Oof. Close, but no cigar for the defending champs.
Yeah.
Anyone else stand out for the Clippers besides Kawhi?
Yeah, Ivica Zubac had a really solid game inside.
Yeah.
16 points and 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
Give him some needed presence down low.
Okay, so a big road win for LA. That series just got really interesting. Tied 1-1, heading back to crypto.
Definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Staying out west, we had the Rockets hosting the Warriors for Game 2.
Right. How did that one shake out? Warriors won Game 1, didn't they?
They did, but Houston bounced back strong. Rockets won 109-94, so that series is also tied 1-1.
Another series tie. What was the story here?
Well, a couple things. First, a major injury note for Golden State. Jimmy Butler went down early.
Oh, no, really? What happened?
Took a hard fall in the first quarter. They're calling it a pelvic contusion. He left the game and didn't return. Needs an MRI.
Man, that's potentially huge for the Warriors. Butler's so crucial for them. Any other Warrior injuries?
Yeah, it sounds like Brandon Podziemski was also kind of hampered by a stomach bug or something, so they were shorthanded.
And the Rockets took advantage.
Absolutely. Jalen Green went off.
He's capable of that. How many did he score?
Game-high 38 points. He was the engine for them. Houston got out to an early lead, about 10 points, and it kind of controlled it from there.
And without Butler, where did the Warriors' offense come from? Curry?
Curry led them, yeah, but only with 20 points. They just didn't have that reliable second option going, and Houston really dominated the glass.
What was the rebounding margin?
47-33 in favor of the Rockets. That's a significant difference.
Yeah, no kidding. That's always a potential weakness for the Warriors going smaller. So, Rockets tie it up, and the big question now is Butler's health.
Exactly. That injury could really swing this series if he misses significant time. Okay, back to the East. Knicks at Pistons, Game 2.
Oh yeah, the Pistons. Did they finally break the streak?
They did. Big upset alert. Pistons won on the road, 194. Series tied 1-1. And yes, they snapped that NBA record 15-game postseason losing streak.
Wow. Good for Detroit. That must feel amazing for that team and fan base. Who led the charge?
Cade Cunningham was fantastic. Really looked like a star. 33 points and 12 rebounds for him.
Huge game from Cade. Anyone else step up?
Dennis Schroeder was big off the bench, 20 points. And he hit the go-ahead three late in the game, which was clutch. Tobias Harris and Jalen Duren also chipped in with double-digit rebounds. They really battled.
So they got contributions across the board. What happened with the Knicks? Brunson usually carries them?
Brunson got his points. Yeah, 37 for him. But the supporting cast wasn't quite there this time. Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby were both held to just 10 points each.
Can't win like that consistently. Did the Pistons control it, or was it close?
Sounds like Detroit actually built up a lead, maybe as much as 15 points. But the Knicks made a run in the fourth, as they do. Detroit had to hold them off at the end.
And they managed to do it. That shows some growth, maybe, holding off a run like that on the road.
Definitely a confidence booster.
Yeah,
Suddenly, that series looks a lot more competitive heading back to Detroit.
for sure. Okay, one more West matchup to touch on Lakers and Timberwolves. Game 2?
Right, so the Lakers got the win in this one. We don't have the exact final score from these notes, but Minnesota lost, putting them down 0-2.
Ouch. 0-2 hole for the Wolves heading home. What were the key takeaways from this game?
Sounds like it was a real grind. Very physical game. 46 total fouls called.
46 fouls. Wow, the refs were busy. Did that affect the Wolves?
Yeah, quite a bit. Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Dante DiVincenzo all apparently got into foul trouble. DiVincenzo barely played because of it.
That kills your rotations.
Yeah.
So despite the Lakers winning, was it close?
Apparently, yeah. Minnesota shot poorly, only 38% from the field, and got out-rebounded, but they still kept it close, like a single-digit game late. Held the Lakers to just 94 points.
So defensively, they hung in there despite the foul trouble and poor shooting. That's something, I guess.
Maybe a small silver lining. But the reports also highlight Luka Doncic just being a constant problem for them.
Yeah, he tends to be a headache for most teams. Down 0-2 against a Luka-led team is not where you want to be.
Definitely not ideal. But maybe they take some encouragement from hanging tough despite playing poorly and having key guys in foul trouble. We'll see if they can protect home court.
We will. Okay, any quick hits on the other series?
Yeah, just briefly. The Cavs and the Pacers both went up 2-0 against the Heat and Bucks, respectively.
Okay, those were maybe more expected outcomes. Higher seeds holding serve at home.
Pretty much what the experts predicted, yeah. And out west, the Thunder also looked dominant, up 2-0 on the Grizzlies.
So some chalk, but also some real surprises and tight series emerging after 2 games.
Exactly. You've got the Celtics looking strong even without Tatum. You've got Kawhi carrying the Clippers to tie their series. The Rockets making things very interesting against the Warriors, especially with Butler's injury.
And the Pistons pulling off that huge upset against the Knicks. Lots of drama already.
For sure. It really mixes things up. Those 1-1 series in particular, now shift location and the pressure changes.
So thinking about the big picture as we wrap this deep dive, what stands out most to you from these Game 2s?
I think it's the resilience and the star power we saw. Porzingis playing through injury, Kawhi's masterclass, Jalen Green's explosion, Cade Cunningham leading that Pistons upset, stars making star plays.
Yeah, and injuries are already playing a massive role, like with Tatum and potentially Butler. That can completely alter the path of a series.
Absolutely. And you see the importance of depth, like Boston showed. Plus, the strategic adjustments teams will now make heading into Game 3, especially those playing on the road or trying to avoid a new 3-hole.
It really sets the stage for a fascinating next couple of games across the league. We've got dominance, we've got parity, we've got injury questions. It's everything you want from the playoffs, right?
Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. It really feels like these narratives are just starting to build. Which of these early trends, like the tied series or the key injuries, do you think will ultimately define who moves on? That's a big question now.
It is indeed. A lot to chew on as the first round continues to unfold. It's been a great start.